welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Amanda from Simply Amanda Lee, and I post weekly videos on all things home organizing, cooking, cleaning, general mom life, and getting it all done. So if you're into that sort of content, please consider subscribing. In today's video, we're preparing our outside space for a fun family fall night. We do this every single year. It's a tradition of ours. So we're going to be power washing out back. I'm going to be laying out my new rug, and I'm also going to be creating a tablescape completely from things at the dollar store. So it'll be a fun one. If you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into it. So here are the items that I found at the dollar store that we're going to use to create our tablescape. And the first are these maple leaf glittery placemats. We're actually going to end up using these in an unconventional way, so definitely stay tuned for that. And then I also found these golden pumpkins. I just thought that they were so cute and would be great for salad or appetizers. Also some sparkly pumpkins. We're going to add those into a floral arrangement later on. And you saw these appetizer pics in my last video, but I absolutely love them. Those are the pumpkin ones. I don't think I showed you guys the pumpkin ones. So cute for caramel apples or for any appetizer. Then we also picked up a few of these lanterns. They were $5 a piece, and not only are they going to be cute for our little tablescape this year, but I thought these would just be great for outdoors for the kids to play with. We're thinking about getting them a big playhouse for our outside for Christmas, and so we thought that they could definitely use those in their playhouse, and it would be so fun for imaginative play. And then I also picked up a ton of these wooden decorations that the kids can paint. I think they're just going to be so much fun for them. And we were originally going to invite a ton of our friends over, but our schedules just didn't align. We really didn't have any free time from now until kind of mid-October or mid-November, and even then it was still going to be like we might have one free weekend. So it ended up being just family, but Dustin's mom came up and we had just the best time together. It was so sweet and special. You'll see a little bit of that later on. These are all the florals we're going to use to make an arrangement. I really think it's such a great idea to use a dollar store for things like this that are going to stay outside and for things that are seasonal, because it's inexpensive and it can come out really nice. I did end up going back and getting about twice the amount of flowers just to make sure it was really full. I also picked up some napkins, and there's actually a few other things that I'm going to pick up from the dollar store you're going to see later on as well when I start making that tablescape. But this is the bulk of about everything we got, and we're going to go ahead now and start getting into getting our back patio and outdoor living space cleaned out and just cleaned off. So that's what our outdoor space was looking like before we started this project, and to be honest, it's usually worse. So part of the reason we want to get that playhouse for them for Christmas is because we would like to create an entire kids section on the other half of our yard to the left of this, and just have them have that be their own like wonderland back there where they can really just get it messy, you know, do whatever they want to do, have all their bits and toys out there. And we can still use this outdoor space for adults for entertaining, because when it's messy, nobody really wants to come sit out here. So I would just like to kind of keep this space a more adult space. We only allow Play-Doh, slime, and putty outside for obvious reasons. That stuff gets on everything. So the kids have been playing with all of those things on all of our surfaces outside, and it's starting to really, if you guys saw James's birthday video, you can see just how bad the table had gotten from paint and putty and slime and all that stuff. And even our couch cushions were getting pretty bad. So we just want to kind of keep that separate to where all of that stuff stays out by the kid area. And now Dustin is getting everything blown off, but I think that he's blowing James in the face more than he's actually blowing off the patio. James, of course, loved it, but no one was safe. He even got me, see? Anyway, so he's just gonna get this blown off, and I'm gonna show you guys just kind of how bad this patio area was before. You just don't realize how bad it is until you remove everything and really look at it. But of course we had kid chalk paint and all that because we have little ones. And then just, you can see it just needed a good power washing. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. And oh my gosh, this is so satisfying to watch, just to see the dirt melt away. So I'm going to stop with the voiceover and just let the music play while he's cleaning this space off.
I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free.
'cause you feel my mind, or you feel my mind. We could build a dream, start up something new. Let the old be dead, let the shadows leave my head. When the world is on your shoulders and you feel like falling over, just come a little closer. I'll be there for you, I'll be there for you. 'Cause when we are together, I know you feel the tension. Just let me in your head so I can be there for you, there for you. The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me till we fall asleep? The night is young, won't you sing for me? Won't you sing for me? We do it on repeat.
And now that that's a nice and clean and dry, we had to wait till almost the evening to put the rug down, but we're gonna go ahead and unpackage this rug. This thing has been sitting in my entryway for, I don't know, a month, longer than that, like 2.5 months, I think. Anyways, I was ready to get that off the floor, and so I'm so happy to be putting this thing out. And I'm just gonna flip it over and get it turned the right way. I really, really love this one. I actually got this on Prime Day, and it was like such a good deal, but I will go ahead and link it. I don't know if it's that price still, but it was definitely a steal. And I was a little worried that the white was going to attract dirt a lot, but we've been on it a ton and it hasn't really gotten stained or anything like that. We've been eating on it, so it's pretty durable and good for outside. I definitely do suggest this one. Of course, we've only had it out there for, I guess, when we filmed this, maybe like 3 weeks, a month ago. But we've been using it pretty regularly since. So now we're just gonna get the table put back and get the rest of the patio kind of put back together. And then I think Justin's gonna start working on getting our outside TV put up.
We do it on repeat. Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little and we keep track of time.
The last owners of this house left their outside mount with the house, which we were super thankful for because, hey, it's one less thing we have to buy, you know? So anyways, we actually had this TV lying around the house that we didn't use. It's not an outside TV, but we weren't using it. So we thought, let's just give it a go. We'll get it hooked up. We'll get a cover for it and we'll see how long it lasts. It's been out there 3 weeks, a month now, and we've had torrential downpours and so far so good. So we'll see, but who knows? Now I'm getting started on some of our table decor, and in just a few minutes I'm going to put together the flower arrangement that I got from the dollar store as well. But right now we're going to use these placemats to actually create a table runner, and I really love this idea because it's definitely less expensive than any other table runner, especially for a 7-foot table, because these were obviously $1.25 a piece, and because they're felt I can easily glue them with hot glue, and they also easily are removed, so I can take them apart and use them as traditional placemats. So I really do love that they're multi-purpose. Also, I just went back into the dollar store and they already have all of their Christmas stuff out, and then I also was at Marshall's and Hobby Lobby, and of course they both have all of their Christmas stuff out too. And are you guys already like decorating and thinking about Christmas items, or are you still kind of in fall vibes and just focused there? I'm definitely still in fall vibes. There are so many cute things when I was in Marshall's, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Maybe I'll reassess in November, and that's when I'll start to focus on Christmas. But anyways, now I'm just testing out this runner to see kind of how it fits and feels. I originally wanted to have it overhang like a traditional runner would. However, it just looked too bulky because of the felt, so I decided to take the end pieces off, which means that this runner cost me $7 and some change, which I thought is pretty good. So now we're going to start on putting that floral arrangement together. And this is one of those things, guys, like floral arrangements. I don't know if you've noticed this, but even at places like Home Goods, they're still really expensive. They've gone up significantly. And so I do, like in the past, I probably wouldn't have created a dollar store floral arrangement because I feel like you could just get a nice one already done from Home Goods. But now it costs, I think, a lot more to get it at Home Goods. So I decided to go ahead and create one from the dollar store. And I really loved all of their options for flowers. I went to 2 different dollar stores to get this, and I think it comes out really cute and nice, and especially again for an outside space where things are going to kind of probably get torn up from the elements. This I planned on leaving out there, so I definitely didn't want to have anything glass. So I love that I found this little metal bin. And before I get started, I'm just adding some tape so I have some guidelines, and I'm removing the excess tape, and we're just going to go ahead and start putting in those stems one by one.
It will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when...
And if I've added all the stems correctly, I believe I spent roughly $20 on this entire arrangement. Now, to get one this full, this large, anywhere else would have easily have cost me double, if not triple the price. It's the morning of our family fall night, so we're going to go ahead and start putting this table together and getting it prepared for the evening. Now, originally I did have a non-wrinkled tablecloth, another black one that I'd already ironed, but it had been so much time since we cleaned off the patio and got it set up that we'd used it so much that it got really dirty and needed to be washed, so I just didn't have time to iron this one, but you're going to see it gets so full that it doesn't really matter, and it's just our family, so, you know. I mean, I guess I could have done it just for you too, but like, let's just be real. So now that we've got the table runner down and a floral arrangement, I'm just going to lay out some plates. I also found these at the dollar store, and I thought that they were so cute and would be really nice for Christmas as well. Even my mother-in-law couldn't believe that I found them there. And so we're just going to add the finishing touches, and then we're going to start bringing out the food in just a little bit, but we're going to make a pit stop at the pumpkin patch and pick out a pumpkin. Now we actually went to Jeter Mountain the day before this, which is, if you guys saw our apple picking video, it's like one of our favorite places to go, but we didn't get there right in the morning. And when I tell you, it was crazy busy. It was crazy busy. My husband waited in line for donuts for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm not even exaggerating. So we ended up not even getting a pumpkin, and we went the next day and got that pumpkin, and I'm really glad I did because that pumpkin patch, it all went to charity, which was really nice. I'd much prefer to do that. So now we're just adding a basket of candy to the table because of course we need all the sweet treats for our family fall night. And then I also picked up some miniature cupcakes from Publix.
I'll keep it steady 'cause I'm happy, I'm not...
And then I'm just going to finish up the place settings. I do really wish I would have gotten some burlap chargers to go underneath this. They didn't have them at the dollar store, so I didn't get them, but I probably could have got them for pretty inexpensive at Hobby Lobby, but we'll try again next year. We'll spiff it up a little bit. And then we also went to the butcher on our way home from getting our pumpkin and got these ribeyes, and Dustin is going to smoke them. You guys, they were so good. And then he's going to finish them off on the Blackstone in a skillet. And now I'm just adding some candy corn to our tablescape. Are you a fan of candy corn? If you are, leave a pumpkin in the comments. I know people feel very strongly about candy corn. I personally like it, but anyways, now Dustin is just getting us some firewood. He was down in the back of our property by the creek, and he found literally an entire tree to cut up. And now I'm just laying out all the stuff for the kids to paint. They're about to come out here in just a few minutes and do that before dinner. And I also found this customizable fall tic-tac-toe game at the dollar store. It was $3, which I like that they're offering $3 and $5 items, kind of like Five Below. I know a lot of people don't, but I like having the option when I go there. Anyways, so we're just going to get the kids and dad's old shirts and get them painted. It really made no difference. Brooke was the only one that didn't get paint all over herself. So, but hey, I gave it my best shot. And the stakes are coming along. They're almost there. They're on the Blackstone now, which desperately still needs to be cleaned if you can't tell. And then while they're resting, Dustin and I are working on getting the fire going. And by we, I really mean Dustin is working on getting the fire going, and I'm keeping him entertained with all my shenanigans as per usual. He's a pretty silly one too, though, as you guys can probably tell already by these videos. Are ready ready to sit down and have dinner. Everything is finished up. I thought I was taking a picture. Yeah, I wasn't. And this is kind of how the whole tablescape turned out. I think it came out pretty good. And it's funny because it took literally days of planning to buy all the stuff, to figure out what we were gonna do, to go get, all the food, prepare all the things. And we sat at that table for maybe 10 minutes while we scarfed down our food, immediately got, took it all down and apart and got into carving our pumpkin. So I just think that's so funny of how much planning goes into things that really only last just a few minutes. But hopefully those memories will last forever, even though the actual event was not very long. We've never attempted a fancy pumpkin, and to be honest, I just really love the look of a basic jack-o'-lantern, smile or frown, scary or happy. We just vote on that every year, and typically happy wins. So we did paint his teeth gold. You can't tell, but he's rocking some gold teeth. And then we just added this candle, which was way too big. I couldn't put his lid on, but it's the only candle I had on hand, so that's what we put in there. And then we're just gonna enjoy the rest of the evening. We were all so tuckered out by this point. It had been a long but very, very good weekend. And so we're gonna enjoy this fire, and Dustin is already gonna be falling asleep by the time the night is ending. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Until next time, bye.